I'm actually also from mommy, but they're always tagging me with what you do, boy, boy, boy. Even in uni, you guys should do better. Hi guys, so this is a story time of how I was punished, how I was penalized for something I didn't do. I actually wore a white frock to write my wasi, and when you wore a white frock, meaning the crime you've committed or what you've done, like, it is very, very serious. But here lies the case. What I didn't do anything. I was innocent of the crime they accused me of. I was very innocent. I didn't know anything about it. So it was one of those times, like in SHS high school, and we were preparing towards WASI. And the school that time, I don't know, we had a new headmaster. So what we were used to in the school changed. Like, things changed a bit in the school. So we, the final years, we were kind of uncomfortable because what we were used to, like, the things have now been changed, and every little thing will be penalized. Every little thing you do, you're going to the DC and all that. So it was something else in school. So one Saturday, I was on my bed in the dormitory, and then someone came to call me that the headmaster is calling me. Like, and I was like, me? Why is the headmaster looking for me? Because in school, I wasn't a bad girl. Like, I was one of the good girls in school. So maybe I'm lying to myself, but I was. So I was surprised why the headmaster was calling me. So I went to his office, and when I got there, I met some of my mates over there, my housemates, and then my friend. She's called Sandra. I met her over there. So I was confused. I was like, what did I do? What have I done? So when I got the senior house mistress that time, she said, yeah, she's the one. She's the one. How? Like, you don't even know me. So how am I the one? And what they said I did was, I was dating a teacher, which was false, and I was taking phones from the teachers to the students. Like, how can I go and take a phone from a teacher and go and give it to a student? So that was what they accused me of, which wasn't true. It was false. So when I got there, this woman said, and when you on the teachers nature on an OGG phones, they come out down for phone and all that, which I didn't do that. I remember one time I said me patch but I don't go there to take the phones from the teachers and give it to the students. I don't do that. So it was false. So when I got there, I met, it's like I'm saying so too much. When I got there, I met some of my mates over there. They also had their own case they were settling at the DC. I went to the DC my final year, level 100 to form 1 to form 1, form 2, form 3, my uncle DC. But my 1 month to finish school was when I went to DC. Like, is that not so surprising? I met some of my mates over there, and they also had their own case they were dealing with. So I've really forgotten the story, so I'll just share what I remember. So they said we should call our parents. Me, I knew my mom, she was not going to come. I'm busy, she's at the market. She won't come. And no one was going to come for me. I have no big brother, big sister who's going to come for me. So, and my other colleagues, they were crying, like they were pleading, like asking for mercy. But myself and my friend, me, I knew I was innocent. That's why maybe I wasn't moved or shaked. So I didn't say anything because I knew I was innocent. So after that whole drama that day, we were called again on Monday to come in. I think they didn't punish us, but they said we are going to wear white frock during WASI time. I was like, what have I done to wear a white frock? And what they were saying, there was no evidence backing it. So one thing was, they didn't have any evidence to prove what they were saying. All their claims, they were just saying it, maybe a system, but they had no vivid evidence to say this and this, you did this, or no students came to tell them that. No witness. We even wanted witnesses, but no one. And we were called on Monday that we are going to wear white frock during our WASI period. We told the headmaster we are sorry that time, but he said his decision is final and I'm going to wear white frock. So we thought everything was over. I think it was integrated science. We went to write that paper. I think we were even late, like almost 40 minutes late to the paper. Everyone had left and they told us to go back. We were stubborn. We wore our uniform and they sacked us. When we got there, the headmaster was there, the house mistress was there. They sacked us to go back and wear the white frock. Like me, yeah, but why are you doing this to me? So we went back to look for white frock, to look for our white frock. We came back. We were 40 minutes late to the exam. We got there, we wrote everything by God's grace. I thought we were done with everything because He punished us. The next paper, we were called during, I think before the next paper or before the next, I don't really remember, but it was time for another paper and they came to call us again to go to the regional what education office somewhere at Fukuntumi. So whilst it was like an hour to our next paper, yes. So we had to leave the place. They picked us in the car. They picked my friend in the car, but me, when I was going with the house mistress, we walked to the place because it wasn't that far. We got there and they went to I don't know who they were. Like they were, I don't know who they were. They were sitting down like a panel, so they were asking us questions. So my friend went in first. They asked her questions and she came back. And I also went. They were asking me, am I really dating the teacher? I said no. Do I take phones from students to charge for them? Do I even get a space to charge my phone myself? That I went and take someone's phone to charge for them. I used to do that, but I stopped. And they asked me if I take phones from the teachers to the students. I said no. Do I do this and this? I said no. And where do I come from? I told them. Like they asked a whole lot of questions and I answered them. And what they said was my costume so all what I was saying was lies. But I was answering them, and one thing, I wasn't even nervous. I wasn't even shaking because I knew I was telling the truth. I didn't do that. And they took me that far. So we got to the exam hall that the following time again. We got there late. I think it was an hour for the paper to be over. We got there, I think that paper I had, is it A or 1 or something? I had 1. They wanted to block my shine, but God is greater. So I wore a white frock during that time too, and everyone was looking at me. In school, it was a shame, like it was a disgrace to wear a white frock to write a was. So after the paper, some people came around. They came to tell me, "Oh, sorry," and they came to say encouraging words with the end, and they were saying sorry and all that. How I wore white frock to write my exams, my WASI exam, my final paper. I was disgraced and I was accused of a crime I was innocent of. I didn't know anything about that crime, but I was penalized. So this was how I was accused of something I knew nothing about in senior high school, and I wore a white frock to write my final paper. It wasn't right to me. So now it doesn't sit right in my eyes because I knew nothing about all what they were saying. So this is my first time doing a story time like this. Comment and let me know if you liked it and if you want to see more of this. I have a lot of stories to share. A lot of stories to share in SHS and all that. Someone said I went to take his boy. They tagged me with boy. But I'm actually also from mommy. But they're always tagging me with what you do, boy. Even in uni, you guys should do better.